right. Typo. We were in the hospital, about to welcome Kinsley into the world, and the doctor and I were actually talking basketball until Crystal reminded us there was something more pressing happening. And at 6:42, Kinsley was born, and by 9, she was already holding a basketball that Crystal's dad got her. So when I started writing this, I didn't know exactly where to begin, and as fate or maybe faith would have it, I came back to that moment. That's when I first asked God to help me be a good dad, and if possible, pretty please, let my daughter like basketball. And he did. Fast forward to kindergarten, and I signed up to coach a clinic team with Joe Sendeldorfer. Kinsley and Faith wanted to play. I was thrilled to be past Gymboree phase, and I asked God to help me be a good coach, and pretty please let Faith and Kinsley enjoy the game. And he did. That summer, before 2nd grade, we formed our first HYBA team. Kinsley, Faith were joined by Maddie Orrell, Frankie Glorioso, Addison Booth, Maeve McNulty, and Alex Neisler. I prayed again to God for guidance, for patience, and that those girls would like the game. And he did. That fall, John Cunet told me he had a player that I think I would really like. That was an understatement. Audrey fit in right from the start, and I added her to the prayer list. We lost Maddie Orrell that spring to a move to Chicago, despite my generous offer to her parents that she could live with us part-time during the basketball season. Shockingly, they declined. But soon after, I got a text from an old high school friend asking if there was room for his daughter. That's how we traded one Maddie for another. That 3rd grade season, things got a little bit more intense. We added referees, scorekeeping, tournaments. We started handing out a big candy bar for the best pass. And we learned that the ball moves faster when shared. The season ended on June 12, 2020 at 7:25 over at St. Ursula. The next day, the world shut down, and we lost the 4th grade season with COVID. But we came back in 5th grade. COVID was still a factor. Some girls were narrowing their interests, choosing what they loved and what they didn't. And I prayed to God to give the girls and I resilience. And he did. That year, we won the St. Joe Cockeysville Championship. And in the Al Han tournament, we got our first real butt whipping. St. Ursula beat us by 20. But we came back in the championship game, and we lost only by 5. And that fight, that bounce back, that was everything. That was bigger than a win or a loss. It was also that year that Coach Mike joined us. I was nervous. Would we mesh? Would we get along? I'm a little intense at times. But looking back, I can't imagine doing this without him. His dedication to the girls has been one of the greatest gifts of this whole journey. In 6th grade, we added Riley and Nayo, and I asked God again to give the girls toughness and grit, and he did. That season, we beat St. Ursula to start the season. We won the ICS Christmas tournament, the St. Joe's tournament, the Al Han, and the CYO championship. In 7th grade, Alexa Neisler came back as our team manager, and we finally were complete. And I asked God to give us determination, and he did. We challenged the girls to be unstoppable, to play through mistakes. We lost twice to St. Ursula that year, but when it mattered most, we got them. That year, we became the first team in CYO history to win both the junior and senior CYO championships. And then came 8th grade, our swan song. I asked God to give us mental toughness and emotional strength, and he did. We finished undefeated, again and close the book on what will go down as one of the most successful CYO teams in history. The team was never just about basketball. It was about belief, grit, growth, prayer, purpose, and a whole lot of love. So to the girls, thanks for the ride. You taught us more than we ever taught you. To the parents, thank you for trusting us with your daughters and sacrificing your time for the team. And to Coach Mike, thank you for everything you've done and all the heart you poured into them. And to God, thank you for hearing every single pretty please.